Hey y'all, it's Lindsay, and today it's Wellness Wednesday, week 38. Like I normally do, I'm going to start out with the scale. Last week I weighed in at 147.0. That is hot. This week I weighed in at 147.0, so I netted nothing, but I'm good with that. And the reason is that this past week I have been so scatterbrained with all of the various things that I've been doing. We have been preparing for my family to come for a visit. We have been homeschooling. We've just been doing all of the things, and I have rearranged my house quite a bit. Maybe not quite a bit. That might be an exaggeration, but I've rearranged the house some, and so I have spent a lot more time not focused on the kitchen and the food and making sure that I eat every few hours, and more on, oh, I really need to get this dusted. Oh, I really need to move this chair to a different room. Oh, I need to move this bed. So I've been very much so not focused on food this week. And so I'm content with the fact that at least I didn't gain weight. Typically, whenever I don't think about food and don't take the time to prep food, I wind up grazing throughout the day, and it's just never good for me or for anyone because I'm usually not eating enough to fuel my body. I'm just eating enough to take the edge off, and so I wind up less happy about life. This week, fortunately, I've just been distracted and not grumpy. So there's that. I didn't really have a whole lot to share this week, but I was going through vacuuming out my cabinets in my kitchen and found my spiralizer, and I love my spiralizer. So I got to thinking, this week I should really make spaghetti sauce with Zoodles. I haven't had Zoodles in ages. Why have I not had Zoodles in ages? And it occurred to me, oh dear, and it occurred to me that I got distracted with my Instant Pot. So whenever Jared and I first started a whole healthy eating lifestyle, going sugar-free, we started off on Trim Healthy Mama, shuffled over to keto, got pregnant, I shuffled back to Trim Healthy Mama, and he's more of a low carber. In doing so, we have gone through the whole gamut of, spiralizing all the veggies, doing all of those very simple, basic things that you usually do whenever you cut out wheat and other processed flours and processed sugar and processed foods in general. And I just kind of left the idea of Zoodles by the wayside. And I think the last time I used my spiralizer was when I made those, what were they? The rutabaga fries. I needed to pull that back out. So I am planning to get out my spiralizer, make some Zoodles, which are just zucchini spiralized into noodles, and make some simple spaghetti. Our family loved spaghetti before we went Trim Healthy Mama, and the girls still eat up plate after plate of spaghetti, and Jared and I would too if it weren't for the simple fact that we don't eat pasta that's made out of wheat. So just kind of going back to the basics, which I know everybody talks about on a frequent basis, like, oh, I need to get back to the basics. I need to get back to the basics. But this week we've actually got it written down as one of the meals that we will be having this week, spaghetti with Zoodles. So, and as a side note to that, I have tried the Dreamfields pasta, the angel hair specifically, and I had never tried it up until, I don't know, a month ago. And I was super excited about the idea of that because it meant I could probably make one type of noodle and feed everybody. So I did an experiment where I tested my blood sugar before I ate the Dreamfields angel hair pasta. I tested it right after, and I saw not a significant spike. But then about 30 minutes later, I tested it again and I saw a 30-point spike. And it took my blood sugar 2 hours to drop back down to my normal blood sugar resting rate, which was around, I think the starting blood sugar before I ate the pasta was around the 83 mark. And it spiked to 116. So what is that? 33 points. And then it came back down to in the mid 80s, but it took over 2 hours. So I didn't feel like the Dreamfields pasta was really a good option for myself. So I will personally be steering clear of that, but I don't think it's as problematic for my girls, so I will gladly let them have that. And I will stick to Zoodles and it'll be great. That's really all I had this week. With my family in town, I'm very distracted and I hope to get back on more of a normal routine once they have gone home, and I'm gonna enjoy them while they're here. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you are a subscriber, I appreciate you hanging around with me and with me dabbling in Curly Girl. I know that's not interesting to plenty of you, but for those of you who have commented on those videos, I am really loving the fact that there are so many of you that do exercise the Curly Girl method. So that's been a fun new tangent for my brain. And for those of you who are new around here, thank you for stumbling across this video or checking this video out. I would love for you to go check out the rest of my content, see if it's anything that interests you. And if it is, I would love for you to subscribe. And I would also really appreciate it if y'all would tell me what your week was like and what is one basic tenet of your eating style, way of life, diet, if you will. What is one basic thing that you plan to implement this upcoming week? I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.